Hello, just wanted to do a quick video on these XPETI boots. Wanted to do a review just because I've had quite a few of them now, and I feel like I would be a very reliable source as far as like their functions, how well they perform, how they hold up. I actually have another pair that's identical to these ones. I just don't know where I put them, so I don't have them at the moment. These are in order of oldest to newest. So the backdrop to this is I bought these boots. I can't remember what year it was. I've had them for quite a while now, and these things were amazing. I think in one hunting season alone, I put about 200 miles on these, and they held up great. So then that led me to buying more boots because I thought they were amazing, and things kind of changed. So I'll get into that. But so the first ones, put a ton of miles on them the first year and the second year. The issue with these ones were that they weren't waterproof after a while, which if you're a hunter or you're actually outdoors and need a waterproof boot, these didn't hold up as well. So if I knew it was going to be dry out or, water that didn't come up more past here or so, or, those kind of conditions, mud, they were fine. They held up great. And I mean, if I showed you, you can't even tell as far as where these things just did amazing. So the only downfall to these ones is they kind of made it to where they weren't waterproof after a little while. And they really leaked on the side of the tongues. So I actually made my own little custom thing that would go over these if I was walking through like tall, like dewy grass, and if it had rained heavily or whatever, because every time you step, and you're dragging your foot across that grass, they would just get soaked like instantly. And then just recently they ripped out in the back, if you can see that, which I actually still wear these from time to time if I'm just doing something silly. I just have to make sure that I don't catch my heel on that, and so on. So that set me up for wanting to buy more of these boots because I like these ones so much. So other than that, like I said, you can see all the normal spots that you would have a boot wear out. They have not. I don't even know how these held up as well. Like I said, I think in one season I did 200 miles of just hunting. That's not even including just normal wear and tear, normal days, hiking, out camping, whatever. These things were awesome. So waterproof, ripped out in the back, but that's, that after as much use as I've had, that's okay. So then I bought these ones. Okay, first off, this material is not the same. You can kind of see how it's like a weaved, I don't even know what these are. And this is kind of like a fake leather or something. And so I bought these, and instantly they took on this shape. Like you can tell these ones actually, they flex. So they didn't get any of those normal spots where they're going to crack or do stupid stuff on the corners. These were gorgeous boots, in my opinion, when I first bought them, but within a day, like they just took on all this cracking, and then not too long, you get this. And I wore these as far as I could, and honestly, it wasn't very much. I'm in construction, so I'm extremely hard on my boots, but I wore those in construction as well, and those held up fine, other than the waterproofing and if you're walking in mud. These, not so much. The grip on all of them are the same. I love this. So anyway, I would say I only got maybe a couple months, if even that. So, and it's cracking right here. So those are probably going in the garbage today. The only reason I have them is so I could do a quick video. Okay, so then leads me to these ones. Same kind of material. These ones actually feel slightly different than these ones. This is more smooth. This actually almost, you can kind of tell, it almost has like a textured, almost like a basketball. And then these ones were even worse. They were so damn stiff that, and this just happened yesterday. I was wearing these at work yesterday, and was having to move some stuff around and getting down on my hands and knees, and I just looked down and this is completely wide open. And not that it's a huge deal, but then also the lace gave up the ghost. So that being said, these ones held up as far as being waterproof. These ones did not. These ones held up better for wear and tear than these ones. And so if I was going to give my honest opinion, I was like after I bought these boots, I was thinking I was an XPETI, or however you pronounce it, guy for life. Because, I mean, they're extremely comfortable. I've done so much with these, it's insane. But if they're not waterproof, that kind of puts you in a bad spot in a lot of situations. I think, in fact, the first time that these started kind of acting weird with the waterproofing, I was actually on top of a mountain and my feet got soaked, and it was like right around that 30 to 34 degree temperature. And if any of you are familiar with that, that's not a good place to be with your feet soaked. So that put me in a bad spot, and so that kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. But that being said, though, I had already gotten a lot of use out of these before I had had that issue. So I was like, you know, for the price you pay for these, I was like, that's amazing and it's fine. But these two, they're not as good of value. If you're buying boots just to walk around and you're not going to be crouching or actually using, or you're not an outdoorsy kind of person or whatever, yeah, they might get you by. But for an extra $30, you might be able to get a really nice boot. So that would be my take on these. I may actually still keep these just for, you know, like throwing in the truck or something in case you need to change your shoes or something. But I will not be buying these anymore. If XPETI happens to be watching this video, you guys really have got to consider how the human foot actually moves. Like when people step and they actually are using their foot like a foot, this is going to bend, this is going to crack. And this one's actually already starting to try to. This one, you know, it's separating, and then this one literally just blew out. So whatever this material is, like, they should reconsider it. It's not, unless you're required to put like a conditioner on these very often or something, okay, maybe. But the stitching is in a kind of a weird spot too. So, but just super brittle. And I can't remember, but these are not very old. I mean, they look like it, but I mean, like I said, I'm outdoors doing stuff all the time. So as a conscientious consumer, you know, if you're really light on your boots, these ones were waterproof for a moment. They're ridiculously comfortable in my opinion. They don't have a high arch, which I like. I like my foot to actually act like a foot. The traction is amazing, holds up really well, but each one has its own set of problems, and I would highly recommend the manufacturer of these to take that into account. And I can't really, and I mean, I'm even wearing another pair of their hiking shoes, which that's so I wanted to give them a go, but it did not work out. So anyway, I hope you found this video useful and helpful, and you know, spend your money where it's going to be best utilized and the most efficient, and that'll get you the most value. And I do not believe that these fit the bill anymore. At one point I was actually going to make a video about how great they were, and then these two changed it. So yeah, if you're the manufacturer, I would definitely think about changing things up. All right, thanks.